Discussions on Dating. Chapter 3. Dan was very excited. His summer college courses were almost over. He was doing well in the courses. He would get good grades. Good grades will help my grade point average, he thought. When I go back to my university in California, maybe I will get a scholarship. He was glad to be leaving Nevada soon. In 2 weeks, he would be home. He could see Dawn again. She had promised to go on a date with him when he returned. They had known each other a long time, but he had never had the courage to ask her out. It had been easier to ask over the phone. It was easier to ask when he was not there. In some ways, it did not seem real. Dating Dawn had been his dream. Soon, that dream is going to come true. His phone rang. It was his friend Jack. He had known Jack for a long time, but they had never been close friends. Now they were going to the same summer school. Now they were becoming good friends. Sometimes they ate lunch together. At night, they liked to watch movies together when their studies were over. But Dan had always noticed that Jack was a little sad. Something was always bothering Jack, and now Dan knew what it was. "Hi, Jack," he said, answering the phone. "Dan, hey, I need to talk to you." "That's funny. I wanted to talk to you too." "Oh," Jack said, a little surprised. "All right, you can go first. What's going on?" "Dawn told me that you are not seeing Caprice anymore." Jack was surprised again. He and Caprice had not made their breakup public. "That's true," Jack admitted. "I didn't want to say anything. I was hoping Caprice and I would get back together." "That is what I wanted to talk about," Dan said. "I could tell something has been bothering you, but I did not know what. I was worried about you." "Thanks, man. I'm okay, though, really." "Are you sure?" Dan asked. "Do you want to talk about what happened?" "Oh, you know how women are," Jack said. He laughed, even though he did not think it was funny. He was still friends with Caprice, but his feelings were very hurt. He did not think she had been fair to him. "She thought I was flirting with other women. She accused me of trying to attract a new girlfriend." "Really? I have not known you very long," Dan said. "I mean, I did not know you very well, but I do now. You are a nice guy. That does not sound like you." "It isn't," Jack agreed. "It felt good to have someone to talk to. I never did that, but Caprice thinks I did. I cannot change her mind. She thinks I flirted with my customers." "But you didn't." "I did a little, but it was not really flirting, just being extra nice. You know what I mean? It was totally innocent." Dan asked, "What do you mean?" "I only did it to get bigger tips," Jack said. "This is how those types of jobs work. You don't get paid very much, so you have to work for tips." Dan nodded. "I understand. I worked as a waiter in a restaurant. My salary was very low, but I was friendly. The customers loved me, so I made better tips than the others." "Yes, that's exactly right," Jack said. "It's simple. Why can't Caprice understand that? Hey, maybe you could talk to her." Dan thought about that. "I don't think that's a good idea, Jack." "Why not?" "I have to tell you something. It's not a big deal, but you should know. I dated Caprice for a little while. Not very long, and it was a long time ago." "Yeah, I know," Jack said. "So what?" "Well, Caprice is awesome," Dan said. "She is great. I will be honest. I liked her a lot back then. But actually, she was jealous of me too." "What? She thought you were flirting with others?" Jack couldn't believe it. He was not the first guy to deal with this problem. "That's right. It sounds like you were having the same issue I had." Jack was glad to be able to talk about these things. It was a relief. He had been quiet about his feelings, but now he talked. But Jack had forgotten. He wanted to ask Dan something too. "Dan, I have a question. I started talking about my problems and I forgot to ask you." "That's okay. What's up?" "It's about Dawn. You mentioned you were going to start dating her?" "Yes, I have wanted to go out with her for a long time, but I was always too shy. I never asked her out, but finally I did." "And she said yes?" Dan paused. Why was he asking about Dawn suddenly? "Yes, she wanted to talk to her parents first. That's what she said, but why does she want to do that? I don't know. She said she likes to keep them involved in her life. Doesn't that sound strange to you? No, maybe a little bit. Why are you asking this, Jack? I was just curious, Jack said, because she's what? You know she comes to Zara's sometimes, the bar I work at. Dan didn't know that, but it did not matter to him. Lots of people go to the nightclub. Why do I need to know about that? Because she is one of my customers. I need to tell you something, Dan. I think Dawn is very cute. Sometimes I talk to her when she comes to the club. I was thinking about asking her on a date. What? Dan asked. He couldn't believe it. Are you serious? Listen to me. I'm not going to do it. I won't ask her out since she said yes to you. But I wanted to make sure. I don't have a girlfriend. Caprice broke up with me, so I thought about Dawn. Sorry, man. I got to her before you did. You will have to work things out with Caprice. That's the end of chapter 3, the last chapter in this short story, Discussions on Dating. If you enjoyed this story, please like this video, share it with a friend, and subscribe to my YouTube channel or follow on Spotify. Thanks for listening. See you next time. Bye.